This video is sponsored by G2A. Use cashback code DORON for 3% off on Warcraft products. Hello guys, this is Doron's Movies, and today I'll be talking about Wrathion and what exactly is happening with him. Briefly covering his lore and then giving my speculations and thoughts on what is happening with this character. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. Around the time of Cataclysm, an ambitious red dragon traveled to Badlands in order to research the Black Dragonflight, which was a massive threat to Azeroth at the time with Deathwing and all of the stuff happening. She captured a black dragon, forced her to lay eggs, and she ultimately succeeded in purifying it through an ancient titan device. Now keep in mind, at this point the entire black dragon is entirely corrupted, so this was a massive accomplishment. Eventually, she was killed by Deathwing, who destroyed a different egg, thinking this was the purified one. However, that one was moved to a safer location, continuing to grow. Eventually, the egg would be stolen, but most importantly, Wrathion would hatch from it. Now, we had an uncorrupted black dragon with no old god influence, making him a very mysterious entity. It was like he was always a good guy, but also a bad guy at the same time. So, he would proceed to send missions to kill off the remnants of the Black Dragonflight, while all of a sudden he disappeared. We would see him again in Pandaria as he had heard about a newly found continent. Now, his role here was to utilize the war to only create one faction. The reason for this is because apparently he can see the future because he's a black dragon, which doesn't really make all that much sense, and he would see a great shadow coming to threaten the world, so having two warring factions would make Azeroth too weak to resist. This threat was the Burning Legion, and during Mists of Pandaria, he would constantly scheme and send out missions to turn the faction war to one side, even though he was friendly to both sides. Eventually, when Garrosh had gone mad, he supported his downfall and the rebellion. However, Wrathion was very pissed off when he learned that Varian had decided to spare the Horde, as he was really hoping there would only be one faction. Following that, he participated in the trial against Garrosh and actually helped him free himself, creating a portal to the alternate universe of Draenor. Now, this is really where his relevance starts to fade. He would make a small appearance on Draenor, appearing in a garrison. Then, when the actual Burning Legion invasion occurred, he wandered around Azeroth, going as far as Northrend. Lastly, in Battle for Azeroth, we hear that Wrathion is searching for the Dragon Isles, which at the moment is an unknown location. With this very brief version of his lore, where is Wrathion exactly, what is his purpose, and what are some speculation theories? As he has made an appearance in Battle for Azeroth, and now there is this whole story with the old gods and Azoth, and with Deathwing being corrupted by an Azoth, it is entirely possible that there could be a patch involving the Dragon Isles, or even a possible expansion that would be centered around this. However, on the other side, I also feel like Blizzard kind of forgot about him and are just keeping him around. During Mists of Pandaria, we really expected him to become the main character, to transition into it, and to do something really big, play some massive role, bind the Alliance and the Horde together, summon some ancient artifact. But what actually happened was pretty much nothing. He started the alternate Draenor, and that was pretty much his main storyline. He made some minor appearances, but this is where his main storyline ended. In my opinion, I feel like Blizzard just didn't really know what to do with him, so they just decided to put him in the background and to pretend like that entire build-up never happened. This is connected with the entire mess and the rush that was the Warlords of Draenor storyline. However, if he is to ever return and Blizzard didn't put him in the background, I think he will say something along the lines of how the real enemy he focused on was the Black Empire and possibly the Warlords, how in Mists of Pandaria the faction conflict didn't resolve anything, and how there will be a chance to create a united force to fight against the darkness now in the Battle for Azeroth. Nonetheless, in my opinion, Wrathion is a very interesting character, and I think a lot can be done with his storyline, making him quite relevant still, so I think we should stay on the lookout to see what happens. Thank you for watching. Check out how ogres reach Kandor by clicking on the screen, and check out the second channel Doron's Academy on real world history and science. See you next time.